So, ladies and gentlemen, earlier today, the farmers of Mali actually cavalried through a group of JNIM and FLA. This was one of those operations that actually looked like the Malians battered the jihadists. A lot of bikes were on the ground, they were running, a lot of enemies were taking shots. And the way it happened was at some point when the Malians were actually battering the jihadists, they had a support fire team. And the formations the Malian just came at these people with just overwhelmed both the support fire and, the main enemy line. And the Malians actually, the whole grass, the whole field was a chaotic atmosphere. And the Malians just, breezed through the jihadists. To me, this was one of the easiest clean sweep for the Malian armed forces. And it is actually good that we are recording these results. It's about the message it sends to the enemy. The enemies continue to plan ambush. The enemy continue to give credit to the Malian state. Overtly or covertly, the enemy continues to plan and double down on the tools that they continue to employ. Even though it's failing, they continue to try. When you look at the methodologies and the behavioral psychology of the enemy, both the ones that fund the ground machineries and all of that, they always have this belief that even though it's not working, you continue to batter the door, that at some point, some cracks might show and all of that. But what the Malians have showed so far so good is that, they've adapted very, very well to both conventional and non-conventional warfare. And just to let you know, the Malians continue to even recruit more human capabilities to what they already have on ground. So, should in case anybody wants to bring up some type of propagandas and all of that, Mali really, really has an enormous level of security. It is not that the jihadists are not trying to create a sort of disruption in fuel supply, okay? It is about the measures, right? The kinetic measures, the tactical measures the Malians have actually put in place to deter and destroy the enemy capability. It's not like the enemies are not trying. They are trying to cause that, headline making type of disruption. More to the enemies, what they care about more is the narrative. Yeah, we were able to create this. And, the mainstream media is going to make it go over the hill. But the Malians have shown so far so good that their capability is more than enough to destroy the enemy combat machineries. And in that particular operation you saw the other time, according to the information we had, a lot of mechanized artilleries were used to really, really discombobulate the enemy. So more powers to the farmers of Mali. And you just know what the military is all about. When you look at the president himself, when you look at the way Assimi Goïta works, the way that man moves, you know what Mali is all about. And, much credit to the farmers of Mali. Now, in Burkina Faso, right? Yesterday, we talked about the counter-offensive in the Apaga, where the JNIM tried to do something, out of the blue. So, according to recent information we are getting, that the JNIM even recorded, the casualty they recorded yesterday was even far worse than the information we got. It was during the search operation that they actually gathered a lot of, you know what I mean. So, that is another big damage that has been inflicted on the manpower of the JNIM. So could it be that the manpower is dropping? Look at when they attacked the Kumbri post and they were seriously neutralized, right? So it's making me come to this reality that are we now discovering a certain type of reality around the JNIM ranks where they are getting heavily demilitarized, and their sponsors are talking to some states, to some state actors around the neighborhood of Mali that, look, can you help us with some more human capability? Could that just be possible? Okay, I'm just asking. You know who their sponsors are. You know the man that really, the hydra head of the JNIM and all of that. So that is that about that. Now, moving forward, okay, if you listen to the statement of the Algerian representative, right?
Mali, we've been conducting since the 1960s 4 times our mediation with Mali. So it worked sometimes, and then because you said failed states, when you have in the northern Mali, when you have no resources, we have to recognize that they have no resources, and we have this even the physical difference, the physical distance between the north and the south, when you have no roads, and for northern Mali for 10 years, no services, no public services, no police, no schools, no hospitals. This is a reality. But knowing that I consider personally that northern Mali is an extension to Algeria, and for Malians also, southern Algeria is an extension. The same tribes, same people, the same thinking. We are obliged to, for our own security. You mentioned some of the issues, all the criminal gangs who are there, terrorists.
There are also the foreign interferences that are...
There are foreign interferences, which, let me tell you, one of the standards of our policy, we do not like to see foreign interference in in our neighborhood.
There is something I really get from this. I think Algeria is not a peaceful state. Okay, it's not a peaceful state at all. And there is this place in Algeria called, I think, Ashoclef. Algeria is a state that, if not for the iron fists of Abdulmajid Tebboune, is a state that wants to disintegrate itself. Algeria is not united. It's not what you see on the outside. There is a lot going on within that state on its own. But it's not our business. I'm not a Maghreb person. That's their business. But one thing is certain, and 2 things is for sure. Algeria has an intent that is not actually clear. Because what could they have meant by saying that, Northern Mali, same people, same culture, same language, same this, same that? What do you mean? What do you mean? If the people in that location are so comfortable with being Algerian, why don't they move into that country? The territory is big enough. So why don't they go there? And if you look at everything he said, he's trying to incite chaos. That's the energy I get from this. And that is why, you see, you can't have a neighbor like Algeria and you can't have that kind of neighbor and trust them. And that is why the strategic military base of the African Corps is located very close to that region. So if Algeria is going to try to move in a certain way without applying a certain, mental capability, they might actually get a response. And that is why you see them saying that they are not happy with foreigners in their neighborhood. So is Mali a neighborhood? You are Maghrebs. We are Africans. So I think they should even cut out that territory. And Kuku lets know that, okay, that place is Maghreb. Not Africa, not this continent. So this one that we host African Cup of Nations and they still get to play in it, they call it African Cup of Nations, not Maghreb Cup of Nations. I think it's high time we stop trying to be politically correct and we start addressing the realities based on what it is. Algeria is not just a good neighbor. That's what I have to say. And the Malians must see Algeria just that way. That era of mediation, and negotiation and compromise is over. Everybody in Africa now knows where Mali stands. And you can see Mali is becoming a very, very respected nation all over the world, not just in the African continent. And again, in Nigeria, something absolutely incredible has started happening. The jihadists are already getting an enormous level of response. But based on what I saw today, which happened in Rivers State, the response they got was, to me, not from the military. I don't know if it's from the military, but those guys were not dressed like armed forces, right? And according to them, they neutralized some terrorists. And if you look at the video of that neutralization, it was absolutely devastating. For you to see this video, I don't want to explain myself too much. For you to see this video, just go to our Telegram channel. If I post that video on YouTube, I probably might get knocked off finally. So I want you to go to our Telegram channel to go and see that video of the response they got. Those people look like something that look like a vigilante network or something. But I want you to see. And I want you to look at the type of rifle one of those guys carried. That is an enormous level of capability. It was how new the rifle was. It was how riddled those terrorists were. You know, I've been saying it. Regional policing, community policing, vigilance by the civilians. We don't need all this government come and save us and all of that. No. What the Nigerian government just needs to do is to give Nigerians the opportunity, not to give them the capability, to give them the opportunity to acquire the necessary capabilities to defend themselves structurally at different levels. And this will be, you know, this will be gone. So if you want to see the video, please kindly go to the Telegram channel. We've actually posted it. We'll drop the link in the description. We'll drop it in the comment section and we'll pin it right there. So if you hit it, you can actually see the video right there. It's the first time I'm posting after a while on the Telegram channel, so you will just get the video straight away. It's your boy 72 Android signing out, enough said. But before I go, don't be shy to drop your opinion in the comment section. And thanks for everyone that actually donated to support the Android community. We actually feel blessed. It's not our right. It's a privilege that you know, I mean, so I just want to appreciate you for everything you all are doing. And I'm feeling better now. So I think my performance is improving with how my health is also improving too. So I want to appreciate you all. Thank you and God bless you.